Hey man, how you doing? Hope you're having a good day today. I'm here to see Miranda Riley. I want to have a meeting with her about my children.
Yeah, I know who you are. You should know that you're not allowed here.
She never said that to me. I know me and her have our issues, but I didn't know I was on like a no visit list or something like that.
I mean, the fact that I know who you are, you should absolutely understand that the circumstances around you are not that quite welcoming.
So there's like no exception that you can make where you can just go tell her I'm here, I'm looking to see her, and just meet?
Nope, not at all. She told me if you arrived to turn you away at the gate. 100%. So, I'm 100% turning you away.
Alright man. You're really good at your job.
Yep. 16 hours to get the license, 8-hour annual. I pay my dues. I'm here to protect Miranda.
I don't mean to get personal here, but can I ask you a question? You have kids?
That is a little personal. But yeah, I have kids. Why?
Well, because, my ex-wife here preventing me from seeing my children, and that's the only reason I'm here today, is to talk to her about that. And I know you as a father, you can understand what it would be like if you didn't get to see your kids, you know? Do you empathize with me on that?
Look, I work for Miranda. I'm not to ask questions. If she says someone's to be turned away, I don't ask questions. I don't know the situation. I don't know what you did. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to do a job. And my protocol, my job, is to turn you away.
She pays you well? Because I could give you a decent amount of money just to bring my son to the door, just to hand me my kid. I'm his father. I got documentation to show, that I'm legally his father. I don't have no custody agreement. I'm entitled to him, and she's keeping me from him, Your employer, I don't even think you're really on her payroll. I think you're on Nanny Agatha's payroll, but, she's keeping a son from his father. And it hurts me, that's all.
Are you trying to bribe me right now? Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
In today's world, dude, there are a lot of security jobs out there. Ones that give medical coverage. I doubt you have any medical coverage with this job. You're working for a private woman, and I'm not judging you for that. But you're very well spoken. You care about your job. It seems like you did all the training. To me, you just seem like overqualified to work for some random girl, and she's probably underpaying you too, right?
I would really enjoy it if you walked away, because I don't want any more questions.
I didn't mean to hit you with like a soft spot there, but I know a lot of people in security. I could get you what's it called, fire guard in the city. They pay like $30 an hour, dude. I know dudes that work in corporate buildings. They need every building needs a fire guard.
I was trying to go for my fire guard. Not a lot of jobs. It's really political.
Yeah, it's the security industry. Even though there's an abundance of jobs, dude, it's cutthroat, and it's a lot. There's a lot of politics that go into it. Like when I work security, dude, I could only work at like loss prevention stores, these contract security jobs that place you at buildings and stuff, like just BS standing there jobs. I wanted more out of my life. That's why I became a tattoo artist and stuff, because I felt like I wasn't doing good in security. I'm not good at, reprimanding people and all that. But you look like you were born for this. Like you look like you should be protecting the president or something.
Now hold on, you got that all from just talking to me, one conversation. I read, you ever read the book The Law of Attraction?
Oh, that's my favorite book, dude. I read that front and back after Oprah spoke about it, dude. Dude, I went to Barnes & Noble right away.
Yeah, I envisioned one day, like, I don't know, I'm at Post, and I get my big break. I always imagine, like, I don't know, Post Malone or Alice Cooper You familiar with Alice Cooper? Love his music. I always imagine like, hey you want to work for me? And that's kind of what this conversation's been like.
Yeah, man. I appreciate. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm glad I made your day, and I'm sorry if I ruffled any feathers by putting you in a tough position.
No, not at all. You gave me like a little movie moment, and I appreciate it.
Alright, well, we'll keep in touch, man. Like, again, I won't come by and bother you or nothing like that. I understand you got a job to do.
Yeah, and hey, do you think maybe you could put in a word for the fire guard stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Just put your name in my notes app there. And hey, if there's ever anything that makes you feel like, yo, this job sucks, what am I doing? Just remember there's a dad out there with a good heart who just wants to see his kid. And it's not illegal or anything to bring me my kid. I have custody. So just think about it, dude. But yeah, put your info in and I'll pass it along to my dudes.
Oh man, thank you so much.
Hey, I have a question, if you don't mind me asking. How come you forgave your father in the first place, but how come you forgave him again? My intuition's been wrong before. And because it's been wrong so many times, I think by now I can tell who is trustworthy and who isn't. And I can tell you with all of my gut that there's something different about my dad and his allegiance to me. It was very shocking when he did what he did, but I think that he comes from a genuine place and he's not trying to hurt me, or he doesn't have any personal, agendas. He just wants to be there for me, like selflessly, there's nothing he wants in return. He reminds me a little bit of Joey. Is that weird to say? No, that's not weird to say. I guess I kind of always thought that too. I think you said this before to me. There's similarities between him and Joey in terms of I don't want to say trashiness, but my dad's level of incorrect grammar and the way he carries himself, it's more admirable than Joey in my opinion. I don't know. I don't want to put Joey down either. Just because Joey has wronged me several million times, I don't want to stand here and hate people. I can't carry around the hate anymore. So you're not forgiving your mom whatsoever, even though you could probably use the extra help around here. I guess I'm a hypocrite because I guess I do feel a level of hate towards my mom that I can't let go of. And I don't know why. It's so much stronger than my hate for most, like your mom. I don't hate her as much as my mom right now. Subject to change, but I really can't forgive my mother. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. There's just so much rage there. It's so interesting that your dad's back in your life. I never would have thought that. I never would have thought I'd see the day. Well, I never thought that I would see the day where you were talking to your mom again and spending Thanksgiving with her and stuff. True. Do you worry that your dad will, betray you again in a way? I understand why he did what he did, but he should know better when it comes to your kids that you're not playing around with that. I'm just surprised he brought Charlotte to Kristen to begin with. There's something about my dad that I just trust. He genuinely loves me, and I could see the pain in his eyes for what he did. I know it's wrong, but I get my people pleaser tendencies from him. He just wants to please people, and I told him, if you're in my life, you can't be out there on other teams, and he knows that. So I don't think he'll do it again. Yeah. I wanted to also say sorry about my mom pressing charges, with the assault. I don't even have to look at the footage to know you probably didn't do anything. Okay, I really didn't want to have to rehash this again, but your mom had Junior holding him. We had a discussion. I said, give me my son. She did not want to give me my son, so I took Junior from her arms, and she fell a little backwards into the countertop, but she immediately stood up and was fine. So yeah, I didn't want it to come to that, but again, give me my son. How do we fix this mess? Because, like, you have 2 children. I don't think that Joey is as bad. Gabby, I'm sorry, he hid my son from me and allowed me to think that Junior was no longer with us. I can't give him an excuse at all. Yeah. What, you forgive him? I'm not upset at you if that's the case, but just remember that he hid Junior from you too. That's your nephew that he hid from you from. I don't 100% forgive him, but I know this time around his heart is in the right place. He does fully care about his son. But he also gives Charlotte like the cold shoulder. I don't know if he does it on purpose or not, but I just feel like his level of love is for Junior more than Charlotte. And I know we both lost Junior at one point in time, so he's obviously going to feel this connection to Junior more. But still, you have a daughter as well. Not that I want him in their life at all at this point. Maybe I shouldn't give my opinion on this stuff, because everyone's got their own personal story here. Right now, I don't see a path for forgiveness when it comes to me and Joey. I'm hurt. I'm betrayed, if that's not too dramatic. I guess I was just looking forward to the family all getting along for once. It's a blessing that Junior's alive, you know? I know. It is. I say that every day. I'm so happy he's back, but I can't let that blessing cloud my judgment.
You know, as your big brother, I may not have a lot of wisdom to pass down to you, but I can most certainly tell you the things that I regret that I wish I hadn't done. And I know you can't control a lot when it comes to your children right now, and it must kill you, and I understand. But what I could have controlled in the past when it came to Charlotte was how I reacted. Right now, I think your best bet is to not do anything and just deal with what you're feeling.
Dude, I don't gotta explain it to you, man. You know, me and you relate to it in such a good way, I feel, because you remember what it's like to be around Charlotte, right? And yeah, you joined the military, you left, okay, but forget that for a second. Remember when you came back and the option to not see Charlotte was gone? The option to see Charlotte was gone? My bad. You remember that feeling, right? That feeling of missing her. Bro, I had Junior here playing in my house, calling me dad, filling up his cup, more drink, watching him eat dinner and all that, and just like, you know, just typical horseplay between dad and son, and just playing with his cars and watching Cookie Monster and watching him, making him laugh over stupid things, you know? Bro, every second that I don't have that right now, it's killing me, like legitimately. So it's very hard for me to not want to do something to fix this situation. I can't just put my feet up and not miss my kid. Get that, I know, but look at how I acted with Charlotte. I went to all these random places, I followed all these dead leads, and it got me nowhere. It just drove me crazy. And I realized that you cannot get anything done in terms of your family when you are under the spell of craziness. I lost myself, Joey. I hit rock bottom twice. And when you're in rock bottom, there is nothing you can do. You have to keep your mind right, or you're gonna have like bad schemes that are gonna make you look worse. Nah, you know what I need? I need one of her security guards to just bring me my son. I will take him here, and then me and Miranda can work things out after that. And I will figure out what I can do as a father for Charlotte as well. That's it. I want custody of Junior. That's it. I just want him to live with me, and we will work out the details after that. This problem doesn't have to be that big. It doesn't have to be like some big ass arc or, a countdown, or you know what I mean? It could just be a 1, 2, 3 simple. Okay, you have him, I have Charlotte, and on Saturdays and Sundays we'll work it out. We'll get together and have a play date.
Brother, that's one of those schemes. If you have a security guard bring your son out to you, that's a scheme. That's a Disney villain worse than scheme. And in the long term, when it comes to court and all of that, it just makes you look bad. I think it would make me look like I do anything for my kid. I will stoop to I will claw at any level for my son. You have to remember, she snatched my son out of my mother's arms. She pushed my mother nearly down the stairs and started to kick my mom on the floor and threw a tantrum in the kitchen. Miranda was throwing things around the kitchen before she left, dude. Like, it was crazy. Do you really want to play dirty when it comes to your kid? Remember the supervised visits and how ugly that got? And I know you regret a lot of it, right?
The supervised visit stuff, the way I behaved, the only reason that I regret my actions is how much I hurt you and made you uncomfortable, but also how much my kids saw me act up. And there were points where I was like trashing Miranda Jr. and stuff. Those are the moments that I regret that I wish I could take back. But other than that, dude, I don't know.
You know what always helped me? Whenever I felt like I was going crazy or getting a little bit too bitter, I remembered how much I cared for Miranda at one point. I know she's hurt you, I know she's divorced you, and all of that in between, but you once loved her. Do you really want to hurt her? Do you want to hurt your kid's mother?
I have already provided you guys with written statements multiple times, and I'm pretty much repeating myself in every statement at this point, when it's your job to document this stuff. I have 2 children that I'm taking care of. I work full time. I do not have the resources to set us.
Hey Miranda, I don't mean to interrupt your phone call, but we have a Amazon driver that keeps parking his car outside the driveway, and I know you're not using the driveway right now, but I had a little dispute.
Sorry, hold on. You're security, so it's your job to get them off the property. I don't know what you want me to do about that.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I wanted your sign off on, like, I want to be rather mean to him, but I don't want to do it without your permission.
If there's a problem with an Amazon driver, can you just handle it? I can't be dealing with that right now. I'm very sorry. I'm dealing with other things.
Okay. I just didn't want to yell at the guy, and then he comes in and complains about me.
Jerry, if an Amazon driver complained about you, I really want to give a crap. Can you just use your common sense next time before interrupting my call? I don't mean to be rude, but I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah. How you doing? Is this Joey Riley, the guy I spoke, Miranda's husband, the guy I spoke to outside the gate?
Yeah, dude, what's good? How's it going?
What exactly would you want me to do, and how much money are you willing to pay?
I could give you I could probably get together $6,000. $6,000, and all I need you to do, bring my son to me, to my car, and that's it.
Okay, I'm on board with that, because I don't think I'm going to be working here much longer. So, whenever you want to set that up, I'm good with it.
Sure about that though, man? Because I don't want to put you in an awkward position or make you do something that you're against. I also called some of my boys to help you with that fire guard stuff, so, nothing in return for that, just favor.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Alright, man. I really sincerely appreciate it. You just changed a father's life.